Now that Yukes is no longer making the WWE Games, Visual Concept is now at a crossroad. Do they make a super realistic simulation style video game, or do they go for the more fun, wacky arcade style game? What's up, everybody? TonyPizzaGuy here, back again with some more WWE 2K20 stuff. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure you smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you like this kind of stuff and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, click that join button, because we actually just had a members-only video. That's where if you click that join button, you can get this video. That went up on YouTube today. Every Wednesday, we'll have a members-only exclusive video. Plus, every Friday, we have an early video that's going to be going up on Friday for everybody, and then it'll go public on Monday to everyone else. So make sure you become a member if you like all of those perks. So, Visual Concept now taking over the WWE Games studio. They're the main people. They're licensing the engine from Yukes, but Yukes is no longer going to be working on the game anymore. They're just giving them the engine. They're licensing out what they want, and then Visual Concepts is going to be the ones making it. So that poses the question, what type of WWE video game should we do? And the biggest thing that I have noticed is that there is a huge divide in people wanting a super simulation style game that you can play the most realistic version of the WWE matches, and people that want crazy off the wall fun stuff. And if you look at the WWE 2K original stuff that they threw out there, we have a Swamp Bray Wyatt, Swamp Arena, and we have like a zombie Braun Strowman. And it looks like we're getting some sort of crazy theme going on there. Plus, there's going to be more themes released later. And that's what's going to happen there. So that is the fun, wacky stuff. There's big head mode. There's box people, Minecraft characters. And I love all that stuff. But I'm not the only one that loves all that stuff. And there's also people that hate that stuff. And that's where the divide comes in, because I went there on Twitter at TonyPizzaGuy, and I actually tweeted out there, do you want the super simulation, or do you want the fun, arcadey, wacky stuff? And the majority of people that responded to me were saying they want the realistic simulation style. And that gave me to wonder, do we really need an arcade game? Or do we need to change the way that the simulation style is? And I think, hey, give me another WWE All-Stars, make WWE All-Stars 2, make that a separate game. I'm good with that, right? Then you can continue to do the WWE Games franchise. But when you go to make these games and you make them super simulation to the point where it's super realistic, you limit what can be done and what can make the game fun. When you go super simulation, only certain people can break out of the Hell in a Cell. We saw it in the past. That was a thing. Certain superstars have certain abilities that only they can do things. And if it's super simulation, well, Rey Mysterio couldn't suplex The Undertaker, right? That wouldn't be a thing that would be done. But does that make it fun? I don't think so. I don't think that super simulation is the way to go. To make it so that these guys act exactly like they do on television, where this person wouldn't do this to that person, and this person can only do that because they do that, and Shane McMahon does an elbow drop, but nobody else does an elbow drop off through a table, so not everybody can do it. That's what's limiting the game. That's the problem there. Now, I do think that SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, jumping off WWF New York, jumping off the SmackDown Fist, I think those things are fun and should be in the game. Is it a thing that's going to ruin the game for you? No, it is not. The problem with the simulation style, the problem with the super realistic simulation style, is that it limits the fun ability of this game. You look at WWE 2K15 when it was ported to PS4, that was probably super simulation and about as close as you can get. The problem with that is that takes away from the fun. It really does. When you're limiting what you can do with certain superstars, it just takes away from it. Heck, right now, you can't even powerbomb somebody on the steel steps. Like, you can't just pick up somebody, powerbomb on the steel steps will move out of the way. How fun is that? Why can't I just suplex somebody from the outside to the announce table? That's not a thing you can do. You have to set them up, make a whole thing out of it, do it that way. Like, give us the freedom. I think what I'm being asked here is that the freedom needs to be there in the game. The freedom of doing what you want to do needs to be there in the game. And I'm talking about the core match there. Sure, I could be talking about, yeah, you need to bring back GM mode. Yeah, you need to do this, all that. Yeah, that'll be another video for another day, right? I'll talk about all that. But we've pitched those ideas to 2K. We've gone out there and said, hey, bring this back, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And they aren't doing it. They have a different agenda. But maybe now the Visual Concept is taken over, they can do something a little bit different. So what we know now is that Visual Concepts is in charge, and we could get something a little bit different than we do. They're going to take a little wacky approach here. The My Career stuff will have wacky stuff in it. It's a story. It's a wrestling story, and it's going to be fun. And I know there's going to be people out there that are going to hate it. But it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be crazy off the wall. That's what the My Career is. If you're okay with that, if you can suspend your disbelief like pro wrestling is, right? The Undertaker, right? Think about The Undertaker. He's not really dead. He never really died in real life. But that was the story they portrayed. He used to have lightning and all this crazy stuff. Why not have that kind of stuff in the video game? It really happened in wrestling at one point. So put it in a game. That's what I say. But by making it super simulation and you're limiting people doing certain things and you have to make the game slow down because the match pacing isn't super fast in WWE. Nobody goes from 0 to 60 in the first 5 seconds of a match. So why should you be able to do that in WWE? That's where you're going to limit people in the WWE game when you are going super simulation, is when you're going to go, okay, so we're going to make sure that this is super realistic and make sure that you can only do the things that you would do. Like The Undertaker would probably never do a moonsault off the top rope through 2 tables. So we won't put that in the game. But why not have the abilities to do that? Why not just leave it open-ended, have the fun, climb the stage if you want, jump off things, do fun, crazy stuff? That's what is limiting in the game. We need the ability to do unlimited possibilities. Any superstar in that ring will have their movesets, they will have their finisher, they will have their signature, they will have their abilities if they do, but I like the abilities now where you can swap them out, the paybacks, I should say. The paybacks. The paybacks. I like when you can swap out the paybacks. I need more of that. Able to change it on the fly, swap it out before the match happens. That's what I like. That's what I want to see. But the fact that we're getting this super simulation and everybody's saying that they want the super simulation, they want to play the most realistic version of WWE. Yeah, but if you get the most realistic version, you got to do lockups, you got to do slow grapples, you got to do slow movement until the end when the pacing kicks up and there's the match. That's the problem with the simulation style. It really is. And I'm not going to say that simulation is wrong, because sports simulation games have worked before. But we're talking about professional wrestling. And professional wrestling is goofy, and it's fun, and it's off the wall. And yes, it doesn't need to have a crazy amount of goofy, fun, crazy stuff, right? I love all that stuff. That's one of my favorites. But there is a time for, the good graphics, the good gameplay, the fun mechanics that are in the game right now. All that stuff that's in the game right now. But I think that you need to just continue to push the envelope here, right? I don't think you can go one way or the other with these games, because you're going to miss an audience in the process. If I would talk to 2K and say, hey, you need to take this full arcade, and they went full arcade, they'd miss out on a huge audience right there that loved the simulation style. And if I went to 2K and said, hey, you should make a full simulation game, and they made a full simulation game, that would lose a lot of segment of audience there too that like the arcade stuff. So you come to this crossroad here where what is right and what is wrong. And I think what I just said there, the My Career is perfect. Do the My Career the way it is, have the wacky stuff in there, and make that happen. When it comes down to the match play, keep it that simulation style, but make it more fast-paced. I want to be able to run around as much as I can. I want to be able to have fun in this game. I want to be able to do things that I should be able to do. If I suplex somebody into the steel steps, I should hit those steel steps, and it should hurt. If I want to suplex someone through the announce table from the ground to the announce table, I should be able to do that. If I want to jump off the Titantron, I should be able to do that. Is it realistic that I'm going to jump off the Titantron and get back up? No. But I'll do it, and it'll be fun, and it'll be great. And that's what we need. This is a video game first and foremost. And if you look at some of the most successful video games, they don't take themselves too serious. They always have fun, crazy stuff, but they do keep it serious at points. Now, I'm not going to say that WWE should take a Fortnite route, make a free game, do a battle pass, all that stuff. No. But I will say that Fortnite has a great divide in how their game works. They have their regular game with all their fun stuff and all the cool stuff, and they constantly update it. And then they have their competitive mode, which lets you do the competitive stuff where you have the mats on kills, all that stuff, the siphon stuff, and it's competitive. You earn points, all that. That is what's missing in the WWE games. We need to have that fun, wacky, exhibition type match where you can do anything, have a good time, go backstage, go to the bar and beat someone up, Stone Cold Stunner on a pool table, that stuff. But we also need that super realistic, competitive type game mode, which I think has been missing. So I think what I'm coming to, my general consensus here, give us all the tools we need to create a fun match type. If you want to climb up to the top of the stage and jump off the SmackDown fist, that should be an ability. If you don't want to do that and you want to keep it super serious, you can do that also. Give us a huge roster, all current superstars, all their movesets, all their abilities, but don't limit to, oh, I can't break the Hell in a Cell because I didn't pick the right superstar. Oh, I can't do this because I didn't pick the right superstar. That's just something that limits the game. And I think if we take that little extra off of the game where it's like, yeah, it's realistic, but not super realistic, I think that's where you're going to win with most people. So let people have that freedom to do as they choose. If they want to do that crazy stuff, they can do it. If they don't have to do it. Great option is big head mode. Turn it on if you want it, turn it off if you don't. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. So anyway, guys, I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree, disagree? What do you think? Should it be super arcadey? Should it be super realistic? Should we find an even middle ground like I said? Let me know what you think. We'll be back with more WWE 2K20. We got lots to talk about before the game releases up to when the game comes out. We'll be covering all of it. So let me know your thoughts. Hit that like button if you enjoy this, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. As always, I'm TonyPizzaGuy. We'll see you in another video.